All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. On first down, Watson. Forced out to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Reset, 19. 36. I'm coming. How can he score?
A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. 21 yards there on third down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Brian Burns coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. It's complete to Fuller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them. And it's
trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Newton. And the pressure gets to him again.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. He's got Fuller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bruce Irvin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
Well, how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Mike 51, Mike 51. 8. 51, Mike. 20. 51. Let's go, team.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Steps away to his left. He's going to air it out deep for home. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Carolina. 46 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The shotgun snap for Newton. Escaping the press. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Set. 19. 24. Record. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. 24.
Throwing again is Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Check right. Joker. Watch out.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Here's Watson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Miller. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40, the 30, and a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's work done. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Newton. Buying time to his left. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch 36, 36.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. To throw on 2nd and 6, Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. And that'll set them back 5. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Now Watson operating from the gun. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Extra point try, good by Gano. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Let's go, D, let's go.
He throws, and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going to look deep for more. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
On 1st down, Newton. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Newton. Completes it to Coleman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Watson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch twitch. 125.
From the gun, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. On 1st and 10, Newton. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. To Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And Gano's kick is right through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. Here's Watson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Put the boys down. He's coming.
Watson to throw again. It's complete to Fuller. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. 33 yards that time. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Watson looks to throw again. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Newton being chased out left. He's going to look deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6.
Let's go.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Ready?
Here's Newton. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Alert! Motion to back.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. They had a first down.
And the Texans
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On second and 11 now. Watson, they'll find Miller. That's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He's got Fuller. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 40 now on second down. Watson eluding the pressure right. Open man is QT, complete. Touchdown, Houston. QT. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 30 on second down, Newton forced out to his left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get this back to just the 20 with a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st. One last throw here for Newton. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.